Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, it looks as though there's trouble brewing in paradise as Malam Buhari continued to subtly move against Tinubu. So we saw recently when Malam El Rufai went to Lagos State to challenge the idea of godfatherism. So that was one of the opening salvos, although there's been a bit of a pushback before that. But that was the first putting their head above the parapet to let him know that they're coming for him, although he's always known. So now there's been further development still. It looks as though Malam Buhari is now using the Security and Exchange Commission to go after the heart of the Tinubu empire, which is of course his oil business. So guys, I bring you this. Oando saga, our action aimed at protecting investors. So that's the Security and Exchange Commission. So again, Oando saga, our action aimed at protecting investors. So the Security and Exchange Commission has moved against Oando Oil, which is a company owned by Adewale Tinubu. Adewale Tinubu, of course, is the nephew of Tinubu. So the company actually belongs to Bola Tinubu, of course, and Adewale Tinubu is fronting it for him. So the Malam Buhari-led regime via the Security and Exchange Commission are now moving against this company. So now let's read the reasons that they are adducing for their action. The Security and Exchange Commission (SEC) on Sunday said that Oando PLC was given sufficient opportunity of being heard before they were penalized. The commission said in Lagos that there were various opportunities by the company to defend themselves during the investigation by SEC and during the forensic audit. The attention of the SEC has been drawn to various reports questioning the regulatory authority of the SEC and insinuating lack of due process in the investigation of Oando PLC. To put the record straight, SEC hereby states that fair hearing is a paramount and fundamental principle which the Commission, as a law-abiding agency, adheres to in all its investigative processes. So in all its investigative processes. In the course of investigation, communications, e.g. letter and phone calls, were exchanged and meetings held between the Commission and Oando PLC requesting for its comment and explanations on issues relating to the investigation. The findings of the Commission was communicated to the Group Chief Executive Officer of Oando PLC by letter dated July 10, 2017, SEC said in a statement by its head corporate communications, Mrs. Ife Ebolo, and made available to newsmen. The Commission said it subsequently engaged Deloitte and Touche to conduct a forensic audit of the activities of Oando PLC. In the course of conducting the forensic audit, Deloitte and Touche held regular sessions with members of the board and senior management of Oando PLC and afforded them the opportunity to provide explanations on issues relating to the audit. The Commission confirmed that Oando PLC was given sufficient opportunity of being heard and accorded several opportunities to rebut the issues revealed by the investigation. The response given by Oando PLC were, however, considered unsatisfactory, prompting the decision by the Commission to penalize the company and some of the individuals related to it for violations of securities laws. The actions of the Commission were properly effected pursuant to the provisions of the Investment and Security Act ISA 2007 and the SEC rules and regulations made pursuant to ISA 2007, SEC said. It added that these facts had been properly articulated in the court process it filed at the Federal High Court in response to the suit instituted by the Group Chief Executive Officer and Deputy Group Chief Executive Officer of Oando plc. As the apex regulator of the Nigerian capital market, the Commission has a mandate to protect investors, it said. SEC noted that its recent action on Oando plc aligns with the above cardinal mandate. It said that the directive for the removal of persons from the board of Oando plc and the appointment of an interim management team to temporarily steer the affairs of the company was to protect investors and preserve stakeholders' value. SEC said the failure or refusal of the Commission to act in the face of the serious issues thrown up by the investigation or to reverse its directive would undermine the federal government's agenda to build strong institutions. SEC on June 2nd, following the outcome of its forensic audit, constituted an interim management team to be headed by Sumonu for embattled Oando plc. It noted that Sumonu would oversee the affairs of the company and conduct an extraordinary general meeting on or before July 1st to appoint new board of directors. The regulatory body also said that the newly appointed board of directors at the meeting would subsequently select a management team for Oando plc. The Commission also reiterated its commitment to maintaining the integrity of the market. So the Commission also reiterated its commitment to maintaining the integrity of the market. But the Federal High Court in Lagos on June 3rd granted an interim injunction to the embattled management of Oando, restraining SEC from executing an interim management in the company. The interim injunction followed an application filed by Messrs. Jubril Adewale Tinubu, embattled G0es, and Omomofe Boyo for the enforcement of their fundamental rights. It also restrained the Commission from imposing a fine of 91.13 million naira on Tinubu and barring him and Boyo from being directors of public companies for 5 years. So this is now what is going on with the Tinubu held oil company, which is of course being fronted by his nephew, but of course we all know is being owned by him. So the Security and Exchange Commission has now been sent after these people to go and investigate them, and no less a firm than Deloitte and Touche, one of the leading names in finance globally, has now been sent to do a forensic audit of that company to unveil and reveal the goings on within that company. And off the back of this investigation by Deloitte and Touche, they have now found sufficient to shut the company down. So they are effectively now looking to shut down the source of income and wealth of Tinubu, and this is just the beginnings of the travails that this guy is going to go through over the next 4 years, because they are intending to shut him down fully, and they are signaling that clearly to him. And if it's not clear in the head or in his head that this is what is going on, then it's just a dunce. And we all know that Tinubu is not a dunce. He's many things, but he's not a dunce. He's certainly not an idiot. So clearly now the opening salvo has now been fired by the Malam Buhari regime, with Malam El Rufai first going to Lagos, to the heart of Lagos, to point his hand in Tinubu's face, and now the Buhari-led regime now using the Security and Exchange Commission to go after his company. So why would they especially single out this company for forensic investigation? Is something that is not yet being cleared up in the public space. What exactly was the trigger point that flashed it up? Because there are other companies that could equally have been investigated, especially all these companies owned by elements like Indemia and all these kind of people who give no account or keep proper records. But then of course it's Tinubu that they are singling out. So why is this? Is the question. And the answer, of course, are answers that we already know at the back of our head, because 2023, of course, is at play, and they don't want Tinubu there, and they're trying to shut him down. This is my reading. What is yours? Conversations in the comment section. That is what I am inviting. Tinubu, Oando oil, Malam Buhari, and gameplay. This is what we are discussing. So come join me in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Before you come join me in the comment section to share your thoughts, though, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. Click on the bell button, that way you are notified every time I drop a video. Then come join me in the comment section. Let me know what you are making of this. So I'll leave you here, meet you in the comment section, but here I say peace.